Hey guys, before we get into today's story, I just quickly wanted to mention two things. First off, this is not at all what really happened to the Barbarian King, and it's just a backstory, a fan backstory made by me, and in no way am I associated with Supercell, so all of this is just one person's random story on how the Barbarian King became the Gladiator King. And then the second thing that I wanted to mention is completely off topic, but if you guys wanted to get $5 completely free food, then use this code here or click the link in the description below to use my Uber Eats code, where we will both get $5 completely free, which you can use to order McDonald's or whatever type of food you want straight to your door. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the video. And in case you missed the original Barbarian King story, you can check that out by searching up the Barbarian King story. It's one of the first ones that pops up. I really recommend that you do, as it is one of the most popular and well-received stories that I have created. But anyways, into the story. For the longest time, the Barbarian King has been one of the most powerful troops in all of Clash of Clans. He's been around the village for the longest time as well, and with that, he has become one of the most popular troops in the entire village. Alongside the Archer Queen and then the Grand Warden, together they can single-handedly take out almost half of a base. Amongst those three, the Barbarian King is the tanky troop, but even as a tank, he still dishes out a considerable amount of damage. He helped the village achieve many great milestones, all the way from helping the village loot enough resources to reach new town hall levels, all the way to coming in clutch in clan wars and trophy pushing attacks. He's really done it all. And while doing all of this, he has always been in search of his long lost best friend, Barbar, who he had lost in a tragic balloon accident a long time ago. The king would send out random search parties looking far and wide, but they would never be able to find his friend Barbar. But recently, 2 summers ago, he had finally found his friend. Of all places, he found Barbar on an island inhabited by someone known as the Master Builder. Apparently, this was considered the builder base, and this is now where Barbar lived. At first, the Barbarian King didn't recognize Barbar since he hadn't seen him in such a long time, and plus he had changed a lot since he last saw him. But finally, he had recognized him, and after a really long time, they were reunited, and the Barbarian King had felt as if he had accomplished everything he had ever set out to do. Well, at least he thought he had. Because one day, a strange man came riding into the Clash of Clans village on his pony. The man on the horse claimed to be a king. He also claimed to be from a brand new place that he and the other kings like to call Clash Royale. The king came to the Clash of Clans village, and he basically started giving all the troops offers that they couldn't resist, and then he handpicked them and took them to the Clash Royale arena. He even offered the Barbarian King a spot in the Clash Royale arena, and the Barbarian King was sort of honored because he had never really met a real king before. He wasn't really a king himself, since he was just the king of the barbarians, whereas this other king that had offered him a spot was a legitimate king with gold and other riches, a throne, a castle, and all of that. So all of the troops made their way to the Clash Royale arena, and it was sort of a long journey, but they finally made it. The king and all the other troops were so far very happy since they were all being paid generously, and the king was treating them very well. The new king gave all of the troops a full tour of the arena and showed them all around. Then once all of the tours and stuff had finished, the king showed the troops over to the training arena, where troops were given a chance to try out some friendly battles. All the troops performed really well, and the king seemed very pleased with all of them. But then when it came to be the Barbarian King's turn in the arena, he didn't do as well as expected. For starters, in his first battle he went up against the P.E.K.K.A, and he got absolutely destroyed. They both costed the same amount of elixir, but the battle wasn't even close. Then when they went up against each other again and again, the Barbarian King just kept losing over and over again. But that's okay. Sometimes troops that cost the same amount of elixir aren't always equal, and some of the same price troops beat the other all the time due to different strengths and weaknesses that they have and different advantages that they bring on the battlefield. But since the king wanted to help out the Barbarian King, since he was one of the royalties from the Clash of Clans village, he had created him a bunch of special brand new armor that he was told would boost his health, but in reality all it really did was give him a confidence boost. The new armor looked pretty sweet, where it almost made the Barbarian King look like a gladiator. But even with the new armor, there was still another big problem. The part that really sucked for the Barbarian was that after every battle he had to take an hour-long nap, every single time. This was a massive problem that the Clash Royale King had, and he really couldn't fix it, because he couldn't be having after every single battle, having to wait a whole hour just so that he could battle someone else again, whereas all the other troops were immediately ready to go just like that. So unfortunately, there was no need for the Barbarian King anymore at the Clash Royale arenas because of his napping issue. The Barbarian King was kind of upset by this, and the Clash Royale King saw this, and so he told the Barbarian King that he could keep the super sick new battle armor that he had created him. And he even said that he would create the Barbarian King some cool new armors in the future. This seemed to make the Barbarian King feel a bit better about himself, so he wished the rest of the troops good luck and thanked the king, and then made his way back home. When he got back to the Clash of Clans village, everyone stared and admired at his brand new armor. the Archer Queen came up to him and said that he looked exactly like a gladiator. And the Barbarian King kind of liked the sounds of that, and so he decided to formally change his name to the Gladiator King. And that there is the story on how the Barbarian King became the Gladiator King. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on the video, and if you want to get $5 free for free, and then if you want to get $5 for free, then use my Uber Eats code down in the description below. And also make sure to check out my most recent story that I just did on the Wallbreakers origin story. For some reason, YouTube glitched out and no notifications went out on this video, so its views are extremely low, and it's really disappointing because I did put a lot of effort into creating it and it took a lot of time. So I'm trying to get those back up, so if you guys haven't seen that already, make sure you go check that out. And I really don't want all that time and effort to go to waste. But anyways, I'll leave that linked so you guys can go ahead and check that out. And then finally, if you guys want to stick around and really go that extra mile and help me out, I'm going to be doing a live battle or two in the new update so that I can add some extra time onto this video so that hopefully I can make a few extra dollars that I can use towards paying for university. So if you want to stick around and watch, I will love you forever, but if not, that is totally fine as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, so thank you guys for sticking around if you are still in fact here. And anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the new update. So quickly just going to go ahead and donate to my buddy right here, and then retrain those troops really quickly, and then let's go ahead and hop into a quick battle, see if anything has changed. I did just recently turn on my dark clouds, which by the way, if you don't know how to do that, you just go to settings, click more settings, and then scroll down to use dark clouds in home village. There's also a ton of other cool little settings that you could change there, but anyways, here are the dark clouds, and let's go ahead and hop into a battle. And just as an FYI, I did end up buying the brand new gold tier not battle pass. I keep thinking of Fortnite whenever I think of the seasons pass, but I did go ahead and buy that brand new gold seasons pass for Clash of Clans. So far, it's actually really great, and I've been having a really good time with it. But anyways, I'm trying out the brand new Electro Dragons as well, since I did just recently get them to max level. So usually what I do is I check for traps really quickly with a few balloons, and then I put in about 2 Electro Dragons on each corner, and then I put 4 in the middle, followed up with my Grand Warden behind them in the middle. So I'm going to use some of my free spells right now on those air defenses as my baby dragons kind of make their way in towards the base. I'll drop the rest of the balloons in behind, and I'll go ahead and freeze that Eagle Artillery one more time. I'll rage everything up in the middle. Hopefully everything starts to go towards the center. Otherwise I might be in a bit of trouble here. A lot of loot on the line here, and a decently easy base to take out. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx it here, but it shouldn't be too hard, to be honest. So it looks like I got a decent amount of Electro Dragons going down towards the middle. Clan Castle is going to come out. It's going to be a ton of balloons, so it shouldn't really affect my Electro Dragons. Actually, their Lightning Bolt attack should be able to attack like all of those balloons at once, like you just saw right there. One shot from that Electro Dragon basically took all of those balloons out. And yeah, I was kind of right actually. It is going to be a decently easy base to take out. Still got tons of Electro Dragons left and like barely any defenses left. I think really the defense levels on the other person's defense just weren't really that high. As you can see with his walls too, he's pretty like under leveled. But nonetheless, he did still have quite a few defenses for a Town Hall 12. But anyways, that's going to be 100% with the Electro Dragons. You can see, so far I am absolutely loving them because they're so powerful. And like really there's not much strategy or skill that goes into using them. I can kind of just do it with my eyes closed and just drop them wherever. And usually they take out the entire base. But anyways, let's go ahead and request some more troops really quickly. And we might have time for one more battle as well. But yeah, what else did we change here? Oh yeah, so the Seasons Pass right here. So far I've actually gotten a whole bunch of these unlocked already. I've already unlocked all of these here and it hasn't even been out for a day yet. Don't know if I'm proud of myself or really ashamed, but anyways, we're making our way towards getting the brand new Gladiator skin, which I'm really excited for. So I don't really have many challenges I can do right now, so it's going to be a bit before I can get that. But here you can see my Seasons Bank. I've got about 2.5 million or so in my Seasons Bank, and then I can get a max of about 15 million, I think, once I get fully unlocked. I get 10% builder boost, so everything builds 10% quicker and costs 10% less to upgrade, which is pretty sweet. My training boost, everything everything gets trained 10% quicker, and it can get up to I think 25% quicker once I get to the highest level. I get 1 gem donations right now, and then everything in my research stuff takes about 15% less, and I save 15%. So a pretty good deal for me if I do say so myself. And then I also recently discovered this actually is the League shop. I literally just found out this existed, and I had a bunch of League points or whatever you call these things. Sorry, they're called League medals. I had a bunch of those, so I bought like a bunch of these Hammer of
building and fighting, and I got a ton of free upgrades. Like I think I upgraded my P.E.K.K.A.s to, no, I didn't do my P.E.K.K.A.s. I did my dragons, and then I did, I think, my something like my wizards or something like that. I got them to basically max level, skip the time, skip the cost of upgrading them, and I got that all for completely free, which was pretty sweet. All just from these league medals that I had sitting around that I didn't even know about. Like just for 25 of these medals, I can get 2.5 million gold or elixir to put towards my upgrades, which is gonna be pretty sweet. And it'll come in clutch a lot in the future. But anyway, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys did make it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment down below so I can make sure to leave a heart on your comment. But anyways, like I said, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, make sure to check out that wall breaker origin story, because there was a glitch on YouTube, and it's really sucking because there aren't many views on it. But anyways, that'll now for real this time. That'll wrap it up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.